Thank you for joining me once again today. On today's tutorial, I'll be taking you on the very few easy steps in which you can make your own base cream. From base cream, you can formulate any cream of your choice, be it your moisturizer, be it your lightening cream or your whitening cream. I'm not going to make this video very long, so I'll just get straight to it. First, you'll be needing a clean bowl, like a sterilized bowl. My bowl is all sterilized. I've sprayed it with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and as you can see, it's looking all clean. A base cream is usually very sensitive. You don't want to give chance to any form of microorganism, and that is the reason your bowl needs to be very clean. Secondly, you'll be needing your stearic acid. So your stearic acid is basically your thickening agents. So you'll be needing in here I have just a spoon and a half of stearic acid. Next, you'll be needing your wax, emulsifying wax. Your emulsifying wax is what keeps your water and oil together. It keeps them from separating. So you'll be needing 2 spoons of the emulsifying wax. Next, you'll be needing your shea butter. You'll be needing your shea butter, the African shea butter. In here I have my oils measured. I have my carrot oil, I have my avocado oil, I have my almond oil, and I'm good to go with this. So what I did was I measured a tablespoon of each. As you can see, this is the measuring spoon. I'm sorry guys, I don't know if you can see this, but what I have in here is a tablespoon of my carrot oil, a tablespoon of my avocado oil, and a tablespoon of my almond oil. Also, you'll be needing your coconut oil, 100% virgin coconut oil. You'll be needing this coconut oil. The one I have right here is unscented. Most of the times when I'm making my base cream, I prefer to use this unscented coconut oil, as that keeps whatever essential oil I'll be adding to my base cream. It keeps this coconut oil does not dominate, hence I'll be able to tell the scent of how I want my base cream or my moisturizer to come out. And I'll be needing the vitamin C, the vitamin E capsule. I'll be needing about 2 of this. And for the base cream, I'll be needing my preservative. It is very, very essential. This is very, very important. You need to preserve your moisturizer. You need to preserve your base cream, because you don't know how long you're going to store it for. So this is very, very important. The first thing I want to do right now is place my bowl into my hot water. We'll be using a double boiling method. That is, you have your water boiled in the pot, then you place your clear bowl into it. Secondly, you add your oils into the bowl. Yes, you add your oils into the bowl. You include your coconut oil. That is okay. Now you have your emulsifying wax. You add it into your oil. Add your emulsifying wax into the oil. Here we have our stearic acid, our thickening agent. Add it into your oil. At this point, you just want to leave it for it to melt. It's going to melt. Just give it about 10 minutes. It might not be up to that, but give it about 10 minutes for it to melt completely, and I'll be right back. So now that our oils are fully melted, at this point you want to add your shea butter. I already turned off the gas, so what I have here is the heat from the water would help us melt. It's always best to melt your shea butter in a natural way. So this is going to melt in the space of 5 minutes, and we'll continue from there. Almost melted, we're almost done, just a little bit more, just a little bit. Okay, so now that our butter is fully melted, at this point all we're gonna do is transfer it into a clear surface and continue from there. Please be very careful when trying to get this off the gas. You don't want to make a mess, so you need to be careful not to spill your oils, else it's going to make a very big mess. So guys, as you can see, here we have our melted oil. And yeah, I forgot to mention that we'll be needing some ounces of distilled water. I have my distilled water here. So at this point, I'm just gonna add it to the butter. As you can see, yes, here we go. So making the magic happen. Okay, yes, this is very hot. This is very hot. So everything looks watery right now. Just give it time. It looks all watery. Just give it time. So as it cools down, as the temperature begins to cool down, it begins to thicken up. So you need to be very patient. Meanwhile, you can see we have some bubbles. You can see we have bubbles here. It's not really good when you make your cream and you have bubbles all over the surface of your cream. I mean, this gives room to microorganisms. So once I'm done, I'm going to respray this with alcohol to be very sure. Don't worry, the alcohol is very safe. It's going to evaporate. It's just to take out the bubbles. That is all. It doesn't do anything. All it does is take out the bubbles and we're good to go. Nobody likes, we don't like these bubbles. No. This is home for microorganisms. We don't want that. It's been about 10 minutes and it's still watery. This is not a problem. This is the process. Like I mentioned, as the temperature cools down, it begins to thicken up, and that is when it needs to, your base cream needs to get to a certain temperature before you can add up your preservative. It needs to cool down. It needs to get to a certain temperature before you can add up your preservatives. So guys, as you can see, the temperature has actually dropped to a certain level, and at this point I'm going to be adding in my vitamin E oil. I'm using 2 tabs. Yeah, that is my vitamin E oil. Yes, that is true. I'm gonna be adding my glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is a great exfoliant. It's very good. I think that's about, yeah, that's all I have left. And I'll be adding a little bit of my rose water. Yeah, a little bit of my, I already know my measurements, but nevertheless I'll put down the measurements required. I'll put it down in my description box so as to guide you. So right now, now that we've added all this, the next thing we want to do is transfer this into a blender. So I've transferred this into my blender. It's a very small quantity just because I'm using this as an illustration. Now the reason I'm using a blender is because I'm just indifferent about hand mixers. I feel very lazy holding up a hand mixer for quite a while. And please note that this blender that I'm using is just for my formulation. I do not use this to cook. Please be guided. If you look up here, you can see I have another blender. that is my home use blender. This one you see right here is what I use for my formulations. I do not use it to cook, so you don't think, is this safe? This is absolutely safe. This, I only use it for formulations. I do not use it for home use. That is my home use blender. So right now we're going to blend this to thicken it. The consistency is already becoming creamy because the temperature has really dropped at this point. So I'm going to transfer it back and blend it once more. So now that I've got, sorry for the breaking transmission. So guys, now that I've gotten my consistency, I'm just going to transfer this back into my mixing bowl. Reason behind this is because the moment this gets thickened up, it's going to be very difficult for me to transfer it from the blender. If you're using a hand mixer, you don't have to transfer, but because I'm using a blender, the moment it gets very thick, it's going to be very difficult for me to transfer from the blender. Yes, as you can see, we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there. So at this point, the temperature has dropped so well, we can add up our preservative. I'll be adding just 3 drops of preservative. 3 drops is going to go a long way. It's a small quantity of base cream. You don't need so much. So, and that should be all. And here we go. Voila, our base cream is all ready to use. As you can see, it's very thick, quite creamy. From your base cream, you can take the amount you want. You can make your lightening lotion, you can make your whitening lotion, you can make your moisturizer. And as a matter of fact, on my next tutorial, on my next video, I'll be taking you guys through a very easy process. I love everything being done in a very simple way. Sorry, that's a dirt. We don't want that. We don't want that in there. So I will be taking you through a very simple process, very few steps on how you can make your own moisturizer. You know, it's very important you know what goes into your skin. As you can see, this base cream, what do we have in here? Everything we have in here to make this formulation is all natural. You can see there is no steroid, there is no artificial oil. All our oils, we use natural oils up to our butter. Some people add cocoa butter into it, but all we have here is some shea butter. And another option is this: we all have preferences. You might, at this point, now that you have your base cream here, you might decide to make it a whitening base cream. If you want a whitening base cream, all you need to do is just add up about quarter bottle of Nature's Secret oil, and this is already preserved. We added our preservative. This is preserved already, so you don't have a problem. Just add up your Nature's Secret oil if you want to make it a whitened base cream. Please note that you can't use a base cream direct on your skin. I mean, it's right now it still looks creamy, but give it like 10 minutes from now, it's going to become really thick and junky. Like you can't even move it from a spoon. It's going to become so thick. So for you to formulate a cream from it, you need to add up enough oils that would soften it back. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial for today. Please, if you find this video very helpful, please like this video, share it to your friends and family. Trust me, they would need it. Like I always say, everybody loves to go natural, and it is very important for you to know what goes into your skin. It's very important for you to know what you're putting on your skin. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe. That is very important. And the most amazing part of it is turn on the notification bell. Like I always say, I have a lot to offer you. Just stick with me. I have a lot of DIYs, helpful DIYs about skincare that you will need. Trust me, the skin is very sensitive. You need to be very, very careful on what goes into it. So you don't want to miss any opportunity to learn new tips on how you can take good care of your skin. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye for now.